So we just did a little cane-toed unit study, which I'll show you guys a few photos of. I just thought of it this morning at 5:30 when I was waking up. And all I did was I found a few different research websites that were talking about main features, like how they got here, what's wrong with them, features of their body, facts about their babies, tadpoles, their eggs, stuff like that. And then we sat and shared what do we already know about cane toads, because we were learning about them in my son's preschool lesson yesterday. And then funny enough, on the kids' podcast that I listened to, it talked about cane toads. And then Big Sis needs to do a research paper on a specific living thing. So then I this morning just found those research. I'll show you guys a flip through with this. Yeah, I just found a few websites on those things, downloaded a page that has, this page, and then made that little booklet. So this morning before school, I just looked up a few different websites that I could get information to teach the kids. So then we went and did the cane toad sound compared to a frog sound, and I quizzed the kids on if they could hear the difference and which one's which. Then we talked about how they even arrived in Australia, which the kids already knew, but we could talk about a few more details. This website was really cool, of just like the basic identification, their features, where in Australia they specifically live. And then we even got to look at a skeleton and move it around, which was really fun for the kids. And then this website was fantastic for just the basics. So it talked a lot about the difference between their eggs compared to native frogs, and just, how they were different to frogs. And then I just printed this off for them to do their little craft on. So this was the sheet that I printed off for them to do while I read information. I got them to stick these little glitter bumps to be like the poison and the lumps, and then they coloured it in just to have a bit of a tactical activity. So here's a little booklet that I literally just made up this morning, because my year 3 girl needs to do more research in depth rather than just discussion. So we've got our 5 facts, we've got draw my home, what do I eat? Where do I live? So this is all the things we kind of discuss. What's bad about me? And then she spent time while the other kids are playing, just writing up information. Alongside this, I've got her drawing, and then this is just a little fact sheet that we discussed through. And her portfolio is going to have these 3 things in it to be kept to look at later.